Hello, I'm Laura McPhee, Insight Editor at Pensions Insight and Engaged Investor magazines, and I'm here with Sion Cole, partner at Aon Hewitt. Very good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So we've been talking a bit about fiduciary management, and I was just wondering if you think it's possible to compare the performance of one fiduciary manager with another, and if so, do you think that's something we should be doing?
I think it's a really good question. It's something that has grabbed a lot of attention in the press recently. Sort of fiduciary management now is kind of been in the UK for maybe 3 or 4 years. So it's becoming a sort of fairly established way of managing your assets. And so I think it makes sense that trustees are asking, can I compare the performance of one provider to another? And we carried out a survey recently, and performance is still the leading indicator when it comes to the selection of fiduciary provider. The problem arises, though, is when you do try to compare performance of one manager to another. Fiduciary management, by its very nature, by its definition, is a bespoke solution. So it's very much about managing assets relative to a particular pension scheme's liabilities, relative to exactly what it is they're trying to achieve. And now each scheme is trying to achieve something different. And so you can see we start to run into a problem. For example, one scheme that may have a target return of liabilities plus 3 is going to have a very different solution to one that's targeting liabilities plus 1, for example. And so what you then get is two very different solutions. And if you just compare those headline numbers, you're going to reach the wrong conclusion. You're going to reach a conclusion whereby one manager appears to have outperformed another, but what you need to do is take a step and look a little bit closer, a little bit beneath the surface, under those headline numbers, and say, what's driving those numbers? That's really the issue. So what you can do is you can very much understand whether a fiduciary provider has delivered good performance and where that performance has come from, but I think you can't compare performance across providers, and I think doing so, you might end up in a position whereby you will go back a step, back to the old balanced funds, WM caps median, and that was a collapse. That collapsed partially because everybody started doing the same thing, and I don't think we want that again with fiduciary management.